A few days ago, one of my main Solana wallets got hacked and completely drained. Now that moment hit pretty hard for a second and I lost everything I had over there. Luckily, I had a second wallet and inside was around 1.7k jupe. Not too much, but it's still definitely something. Midweek, I saw an opportunity for me to place a quick trade on Michi, but I didn't. Now here's the thing, despite the brief bull that's happening, the market is still kind of down, so obviously I don't want to sell my jupe at a loss just to get liquidity. It's literally the worst time for anyone to let go of some jupe. But to my surprise, there is this new place I discovered. It's called Sharky.fi and it has what it takes to save me and you this period in time. Now I understand that not many of us may know about this place, but if by any chance you already knew about Sharky, then you probably think of it as the go-to platform for NFT lending on Solana. And it is, right? In fact, after my research, I discovered it's one of the largest Escrowless NFT lending protocols on the network. Hang on, I'll explain what this Escrowless means to you much later. So the intel here is they've now launched token lending, and that means you can lend or borrow available Solana tokens instantly using your own crypto as collateral. So as a borrower, our play will be the fact that we can now use Sharky to borrow some USDC token on the platform using tokens we already have in our possession as backing, which allows us make certain trades elsewhere without having to sell a single token we already own. How is this possible, you might ask? That's a great question, and this is where it benefits us. In a mechanism like this, there is something called loan to value. Now this LTV is basically how much you can borrow based on the value of your collateral. Let's take a brief example. So in my case, if I knew Sharky and the platform offered me 70% LTV on a token like jupe, which I had, I need you to focus here, guys. With the current price of jupe, 0.39, what this simply means is that what I will have to deposit as a collateral would be $100 divided by 70%. Now I have to deposit this value and I get to hold on to the rest of my jupe tokens. In other words, I literally just got 100 USDC through the jupe I hold for me to buy the Michi dip to make some profits off its pump, but I had to place about $142 in jupe as a collateral. This basically happened without me selling any jupe. So in essence, the $42 on top of it is room for price fluctuations, which would be returned to us at the moment we repay the loan according to the terms, including interest. Now this protects both sides because I don't risk losing my full stack if the prices dip, and the lender stays safe in case things get too volatile. It's a smart balance and it gives us just enough flexibility to unlock funds without overexposing ourselves to losses. Now, what if you're on the other side of the table as a lender? Let's say you're holding onto USDC and not using them. Sharky lets you lend them out, earn interest, help people like me access liquidity, all in a decentralized, trustless way. So you don't have to trust me, but there are systems put in place that make this work. To talk about what makes it seamless, Sharky is escrowless, like I talked about. Most platforms use escrow. This means your assets are locked up in a smart contract as your loan is active. Now it's secure, but it adds some friction and causes some delays. Sharky removes that middle layer with their escrowless system that gives us faster lending and borrowing, lower fees, and a much more smoother experience, all while staying secure through smart on-chain logic. It's cleaner and just more efficient, exactly what DeFi should be. So if you want to leverage another token without selling what you have, borrowing on Sharky is definitely for you. Or you have some USDC and you're scared to trade them at certain price levels, you can lend them out on Sharky.fi and earn some percentage more as profit on it from interest. Overall, Sharky gives us powerful tools to move smarter in this market.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
With everything so far, the only question left is, how do I get started with this? Easy. Head over to Sharky.fi, select the token lending option here. Next, connect your wallet, then you decide. If you choose to lend for the yields, then the lending tab is your spot. Select from the available tokens and that's it. If not, you can borrow right away from the available offers in the borrow section. It's worth the mention that you need at least $100 in value to lend on borrow using Sharky.fi. With that said, you could still move quick in this market without trading at a loss in any direction if you play your cards right. Shout out to Sharky for building real tools that actually help when you need them the most. Go check it out. Peace out, and I'll see you in my next video.